Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Attack here. I know it's been a while. And I wanted to promise you a while back, that I was going to put a video out. Back in October, me, my wife, my son and my daughter, my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and their two twins, their son and daughter, all went to Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, and we went to Bahia Principe. Now, there's actually 6 resorts there, but only 5 are open. The one that's closed is called the Turquoise. They're actually doing repairs, I guess, because of the hurricane that went through. But we stayed at the place called the Fantasia, which has a castle. So you could go and see a night castle show. They do lights on the castle, and they do this projection so the kids and all the adults could see it. It was really fun. You could also stay at the Grand Bavaria, which is the original first resort they built. It's the largest of the 5 open. It has tennis courts, go-karts apparently I heard, which I didn't see, batting cage, mini golf, a whole bunch of stuff. It's the lower cost too, so you could get the biggest bang for your buck for your family. Fantasia was nice for us. We got a room with 2 beds, so I shared with my daughter. My wife had a bed, and my son, he slept on the pull-out couch. It was a really nice stay. Air conditioning, which is nice, full accommodations while you're there. It's all inclusive. That includes your food, your drinks, not only just juice, but alcohol as well. So all of that stuff's included, which is nice. There's so many things to do, activities constantly for the kids and the adults, daily and nightly. There's a bunch of different performers that perform at the main Fantasia area and the Bavaro area as well, where they have a bunch of different nighttime performers, from dancing to fire shows, different things like that. So you have the Grand Bavaro, Fantasia, the Luxury Amber Resort, which is a little more expensive, and it's adults only. So if you're looking to get away from all the noise and hassle of the kids, that's the one for you. And not only that, it has pools that swim up to the side of your balcony, which is nice, so you can actually swim right from your door. There's also the Aquamarine. It's a little nice one as well. It's a little smaller. And there's the Esmeralda and the Grand Turquoise, which is closed currently. They have a lot of a la carte options available. There's tons of different types of food for you to enjoy and try, but don't expect like top high-end quality food. It's more of a buffet style. It's good food, but it's not great. So do expect to go and try everything there to find what you like the most. In the morning, for instance, me and my family, we found going to the Garden Circus a la carte restaurant was the best place to have our breakfast. The kids enjoyed it, the adults enjoyed it. The only thing I would say is if you're asking for orange juice, be wary. Their naranja juice is, it doesn't really taste like orange juice. It's weird. It's like it's a factory-made juice they're giving you instead of like real orange juice, so beware of that. When you're tipping there, tip in American dollars. They prefer that, but I also heard from them they'll take Canadian and British pounds as well. There's bars all throughout the resort, located everywhere. They have them all set around the bars around the pool as well. So you have pool down by the main entrance area where the castle is to Fantasia, for instance, where we stayed. And in the castle there's a bar, and then on the outside of the castle there's a swim-up bar as well. Plus on the other side of the far side of the bar there's a little tiki hut bar. So you're not far from the alcohol, and you're not far from the freshly squeezed juices and non-alcoholic slushies. My son, he must have had like 20 Bahama Mamas non-alcoholic. It was hilarious. But there's a lot to do. There's kids clubs. There's a kids club in the Fantasia and the Grand Bavaria. They're 2 different kids clubs, so you can't go to the other kids club if you're not at that resort. They give you wristbands, in pink and purple, and the wristband inside of it itself actually opens the door. It's your key fob for your door, but it also tells the workers where you are and are not allowed to go. So we tried to go onto a resort area, and they said, sorry, you're not allowed here, which was okay. I find the Fantasia is a good option, the Grand Bavaria, if you have a family. The Amber is is really nice, I hear, for adults, and it's really peaceful, and it caters more towards an older crowd. The one thing I did like about Punta Cana, especially at Bahia Principe, is that old, young, they all hung out and partied together and watched out for everyone's kids. Everyone was watching. There was people everywhere. They had the lifeguards, there was the workers. You had a question, you just had to ask and they would help you. One thing I would say is you might want to learn some key just talking phrases in Spanish just to get you by, because some workers, they do find it hard to understand what we're saying in English. And I mean, if you're from Canada and America, you sound similar. You go down there, then you have the British go down there, and then Australians, all different types of, English-speaking people, and they're trying to understand what you're saying. So it would be helpful if you knew a little bit of Spanish just to pick up for when you go. It's also helpful, me and my wife found, if you leave a tip in your room, on your bed, or on where your bar area is, and you leave them a note to tell them what you'd like. Tipping is really appreciated down there, and the bigger the tip, or the more frequent you tip, the better service you'll get. And they'll start to remember you. Workers will be like, hey, like one worker, he got to know me over time, and he knew that I was looking for the fresh fruit, so he had skewer, and he walked over and he put it right in my hand, and he went, there you go, you were looking for this. Like, it's a great time. Beware of vendors trying to sell you trinkets and goodies and stuff. Like, one guy gave this to us for free, another guy was charging $15. But you know what I mean? You can find it online here for $5. It costs about $5,000 or so for the four of us to go from Toronto Pearson Airport in Canada to Punta Cana. The a la cartes were great when we got there. There was Mexican, Italian. The Greek was not that good, but people say it's great. The fish market that everyone raves about was closed because of the hurricane damage. As we were there, they were constantly repairing, painting, fixing, trimming trees, cutting grass. It's a beautiful kept place. The people are very kind, helpful, friendly. It's just a great place to be. And I mean, there's buffets, you have the ocean right at the end of the resort with the beach. There's people on the beach trying to sell you stuff, but you probably get it cheaper in the shops, so beware of that. There's a village area where you can see different types of night performances and dancing and shops. There's also a casino in that area that you can visit as well. Once a month they have, outside of that area, a bazaar where all these tables sell you goods. You can get stuff there as well. There's a lot of things you can do. If you're Canadian, remember, a Caesar is a Bloody Mary no matter where you go. Found that out the hard way. I figured I'd get more in depth into this in another video when I could actually talk to you about the actual water park stuff we did, because we went in a lot of places with my kids, and I wanted to show you a slideshow actually where we went and pictures we took to show you what we did. All in all, I rate it's a great place. I do suggest you learn a little bit of Spanish. Make sure you have, a couple $100 for tipping and ones for the bars, and stay safe, be friendly, be kind. And now that I've been there, I'm having mad nostalgia. See, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, there's nostalgia everywhere.